It's me Sabine. Today presentation is about conflict and communication in a team project, and in this presentation I will reflect on recent interpersonal communication experiencing during my previous work using Gibbs reflective cycle. I will explore how the situation unfolded, how it impacted me emotionally and professionally, and how it contributed to my personal skills. This reflection draws on two self-assessment diagnoses, the Thomas Gilman conflict, mood instrument and active listening self-assessment, and link them to academic lecture on emotional intelligence, active listening, and team communication. My goal is to demonstrate how self-awareness and critical reflection can improve professional interactions in high-stake environment. Stage 1 is description. This situation occurred during a collaborative group assignment in my workplace. Our task was to design a marketing campaign and prepare a group report and presentation. The team consists of 5 different people from different professional backgrounds. Initially, responsible were divided fairly. However, one team member constantly failed to meet a deadline and was absent for meetings. As we neared the final submission, the pressure grew. During a scheduled meeting, I raised concerns about the imbalance of workload, which led to an emotional charge confirmation between me and the team member involved. The atmosphere became tense, and the um, group was divided. The season ended with clear resolution, which affected team morale. I later reflected on whether I could have approached this issue more consecutively. This event became a turning point for me in terms of understanding the complexity of drum dynamics and how communication systems can influence collaboration outcomes. Okay, stage 2 is feelings. At the moment, the conflict I experienced a mix of emotions, frustration, anxiety, and guilt. Before confirming the team members, I hesitated because I feared causing further tension. However, the, the repeated missed deadlines trigger a sense of injustice. During the meeting, I felt nervous but determined to speak up. As the decision escalated, I became defensive, which surprised me as I usually try to remain composed. After the meeting, I felt disappointed in myself for allowing my emotions to influence my tone. I also emphasized with the team member, wondering if personal issue may have been contributing to their lack of engagement. The range of emotions made me realize how emotionally invested I was in the outcome of the group project. I also recognized the need to better manage my emotional response, especially in higher pressure situations. This was the first time saw how emotional regulation directly impact professional communication. Stage 3 evolution. There were both positive and negative aspects of the experience. On the positive side, I believe raising the issue demonstrated incentive and commitment to the team success. It highlighted my willingness to confront problems rather than avoid them. However, the timing and emotional delivery of my message may not have been ideal. I failed to anticipate how others might react, and I don't prepare emotionally for the discussion. As a result, my communication lacked sensitivity, which contribute to the conflict escalating. Additionally, I did not give the team member enough space to respond before I jumped into my views. The other team members were caught off guard and become passive, which stalled further collaboration. In hindsight, while I intended an important conversation, the way I handled it intentionally caused tension. This experience reminds me that what we say is important, but how we say it is just as critical in term communication. Stage 4 analysis. The experience helped me understand my default responses under pressure. My Thomas Kilman's conflict mode instrument results so that I favor a comparison style. We suggest I aim to find a middle ground. However, under stress, I varied into confirmation with fully applying data style. This revealed a gap between self-prescriptions and actual behavior. The active listening self-assessment so that I am empathic but sometimes interrupted or responds too quickly, especially when emotionally triggered. According to Goldman's 1998 model of emotion intelligence, the lack of emotion, self-regulation, and empathy in tense situation can undermine effective communication. Karl Rove's theory on active listening also emphasized the importance of listening with unconditional positive regard, which I did not fully practice in this case. This incident helped me realize that interpersonal communication is not only about conveying information but also for managing tone, body language, and timing, all of which influence how messages are received and interpreted. Stage 5 is conclusion. In conclusion, this experience taught me that communication with a team is not only about exchanging information, but also fostering trust, empathy, and emotional awareness. Using Gibbs' reflective cycle helped me understand that my reactions during the confliction was shaped by stress, emotional triggers, and incomplete self-awareness. The self-assessment diagnosis confirmed my strengths in listening and collaboration, but also pointed out blind spots in emotional controls and delivery. Most importantly, I learned that effective communication requires both preparation and reflection. This experience has transformed how I approach team dynamics not only in academic setting but in my professional future as well. I now see interpersonal conflict not as failure but as an opportunity of growth, improvement, and deeper connection. And stage 6 is action plan. Moving forward, I have developed a part, part action plans to improve my interpersonal communication skill in terms of setting. First, I will implement emotional regulation techniques such as mindfulness and reflective journalism to become more aware of my triggers and response. Second, I will consecutively apply active listening St- active listening, steering, including paraphrasing and pushing before responding, especially during difficulties conversation. Third, I will practice assertive communication using the DESC script module like describe, express, specify, and consequences, which allows me to express concern with escalating tension. Finally, I will revisit both self-assessment in their months to track my progress. These tools will help me reinforce awareness and adjust my communications system based on feedback. I also aim to seek feedback of peers and lecture after group tasks unlimitedly. I want to create my inclusive and respectful communication environments where team members feel heard and valued. This action plan is both achievable and essential for my work journey and further leadership. This is my presentation for today, and I have got 7 8 slide, and I explained and I did my best. Thank you.